everybody could see the dances that we do off air,
yes,
they might not ever.
We could be on a dancing competition show.
If they needed somebody to lose, that would
yeah. I'm not talking about winning. Just be on the show for exposure.
All right, Herb Raj podcast. Thank you, everybody who are listening live. If you're listening to the replay, we thank you for clicking on, listening, and giving. We are coming off of the baby shower weekend,
yes.
So we are exhausted. Raj, as always, the baby name reveal was last week. Raj is having kids, twins. Can I say twins now, or do I get?
Yeah, you can say twins. Yeah.
Okay.
We have official clearance.
Yep, and his name. One of them will be named Michael Jeffrey Ragsdale, and the other will be Michaela Jeffriana Ragsdale. So very happy that he's decided to name them after the goats. Raj, how are you feeling, man?
Feeling a little different now that you just said that level of that comment was a level of falsityness. False extended. It's just a real big extended word of false that you just extended out there. So
extended.
Yeah, I heard just total fib, but yes, there are twins. But I'm feeling good. I had an interesting day at the airport on Friday and Sunday, but glad to be back home. Miss you guys already. The trip was very, very short, so
yeah.
Hopefully next time we'll be able to extend it. But
sounds good.
Happy to be doing the show with you again, even though I am the world's okayest brother. This is the shirt that my brother got me this past weekend. I am officially the world's okayest brother. I love the shirt. It fits. It's comfortable. I will be wearing it a lot, even in public. Even in public, I'm gonna wear it. And people are gonna be like, "Where you got that? Where'd you get that from?"
Yeah, I'll have to post that video too of you of the unveil.
Oh yeah.
So that'll go out on our YouTube channel and our Twitter channels as well. So
yes.
So you mentioned about couldn't extend the visit. Something else that probably won't be extended very much longer.
Yeah, the finals.
The finals.
Yeah.
I mean, I love an underdog story. Obviously, love what the Heat were doing. They just ran into a buzzsaw.
They did. They did. They ran into the same buzzsaw that the almighty Lakers ran into.
Right.
Bad. You
but at least the Heat took one game off of them, though. I mean, some teams got swept, so that's much better to at least get one, right?
Yeah, whatever. That is true. You got a valid point. I won't argue with that one.
Only two teams in this year's playoffs got swept.
So all of the Nuggets wins.
I think.
Speaking of that, first of all, the Nuggets. I think if they win tonight, they'll only have like 4 losses, I think, in the playoffs.
1-2-1. I mean 1-2-0-1.
Why did I bring that up?
1.
Yes.
The Wolves, right? 2
to Phoenix.
To the Sun, because they lost both those. Yeah.
And then 1 to Miami. So with that being said,
they have only lost 1 home game all playoff too.
Yeah.
Because they didn't lose any to the Lakers when they played.
And Denver. So each of Denver's 3 wins have been by at least double digits. They've got Game 5 tonight in Denver. I think we both agree that it's going to end tonight. What do you, as far as I think the point spread's 8.5 Denver. I'm going to roll with 10. I think they're going to have the home crowd. They're going to have the advantage. This is going to be the first championship in history of the team, so they'll have that going for them, the momentum, etc. I think Joker's going to have a big game. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, the whole cast will step up and help them close them out tonight. What do you think as far as the point spread? Do you think 8.5 is accurate? Do you think it should be more, or what do you?
I think it's probably pretty accurate given the way, like Denver. Sometimes when they get control of these games, you just don't feel like Miami has much of a chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's clear that the better team. You would like to think that Miami would scrap enough to play. That's actually a better question, E. I'll put that up in a second. You would like to think Miami would scrap enough to keep it close, but I mean, Raj, Strus and Vincent combined for 2 points last game. Even Kevin Love gave them 12.
Yeah.
They're not going to get anything from their backcourt. Now they got to go on the road where maybe you expect a better game from Michael Porter Jr. Braun probably have a good game coming off the bench, and that's not even counting the big dogs. It's just tough,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But having said all that, because I'm always wrong, I'm going to say Miami stays within the 8.5.
Question: do you think the presence of Tyler Hero is even going to be a factor? I think right now he's a game time decision. I personally don't think he's going to play, but I think we have the same answer to the question. It's not going to matter
too late.
Yeah.
You don't have your legs under you. Denver is not the place to get back in shape.
Yeah.
Because of that altitude, you don't play much defense anyway. So if you don't go out there and hit like 5 threes, you have no value.
Yep.
Shooting stroke probably not the same. Like I just don't see it. So
yeah, I agree.
Here's a bigger question that E's asking. Will Jokic have another?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes, but the assists are what's gonna be hard to come by because they've been, trying to turn him into more of a scorer lately.
Yeah.
So
the points and the rebounds are always the easy part because he's so big.
Rebounds, yep.
Yeah.
Listen, I was talking about how easy that stuff is. He gets 30 points and 20 rebounds. That stuff's easy.
Yeah, that's
getting 10 assists. That's the tough part.
I think he'll get the 10 assists because I think he's going to get a really, really good, really, really good step up from all his supporting cast. So I think they're all going to play a big factor in tonight's win, and I think it should be not an easy game. The pressure's going to be there for Miami, obviously, in both teams, but I think Nuggets pull it out tonight.
Yeah, pressure's on. Getting hot. Difference is he's not. His old deodorant commercial back. All right.
Wow. So, haven't even reached the 10-minute mark yet.
Yeah. So this series going that, I tend to agree with Mike. What Mike's about to post Denver by 15.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting with E's thing. So Denver's up 20 with 9 minutes left. Joker has 32 points, 17 rebounds, 8 assists. Do you leave him in until he gets the last 2 assists? I say yes.
I say yes because, look at the risk. Let's just say you leave him in, he gets hurt. I mean, it's probably going to be the last game anyway. So, yeah, you can leave him in, let him get his assists, call it a day. Yeah. The one question there is, do you think Miami puts Udonis Haslem in?
Why not?
Just last game of his
last
career.
Season and his last game, right? Yeah, you might as well. Let me ask this though. We're saying really bleak. Give me the scenario for a Miami win.
A Miami win.
Mike agrees with us. His last game, give him his stat. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take him out until the 2-minute mark and come out to a standing ovation. So
yeah.
That's what I would do.
Only way Miami wins is if Caleb Martin can give them 20 points off the bench.
So what about Strus and Vincent? You skipping
Strus and Vincent, yeah, you need them to step up. But I'm saying specifically, we need Caleb Martin. They need to get Caleb Martin to step up huge in this game. Strus and Vincent, I think they're going to do a decent job. They were horrible last game. I think Butler's going to do his thing. Now, if Udonis Haslem gives them 20, then that means the Denver's been winning by 40 or something.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
He comes in and cuts the lead from 40 to 30.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I actually looked up Haslem's salary for this year. He's like $2.56 million this year.
Yeah, the most overpaid coach. But they like his locker room presence. They can afford to pay it. It's probably what he made for his whole year.
I can provide some locker room presence for that much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I would do. Boy, I'd be the first. 2.5 million, and I know I'm never gonna go out and get hurt, played, or even sweat.
Yeah. Could you imagine when the coach actually wants you to go on? You'd be like, yeah,
coach, I got my slippers down
here. I can't do it. Yeah.
That's not true. If I went in there, Rod, I'd give him 30. I shoot every shot.
Shoot every
down.
You have literally nothing to lose.
You're not going to pass to anybody. Nope. You knew what you were getting with. So, no, I agree. Caleb Martin. Do you think Caleb Martin is just hurting from not getting the MVP? I think I asked you this before,
I just think he's having a bad series. I don't think he really is hurting that much. I think he thought about maybe possibly getting MVP, but I don't think it rubbed him wrong because I think he knew Jimmy was going to get it anyway.
Right.
It just sucks to see him having such a bad series, though. I mean, after the way he lit up the Celtics and in those previous playoff performances, but I don't know what's going on with him right now. He's just not. He hasn't been stepping up. So
yeah, which is what I was going to ask my next question. What do you attribute that to? How do you go from lighting the world on fire to can't buy a bucket? You had home games. You're still not playing well at home. You're not playing well on the road. And Denver was not necessarily known for their he's getting shots. They're all getting shots. It's just I don't understand. It's they came in just to ruin the Denver's home win streak, and then these 2 last games in Miami have been nothing. So
I feel like somewhere along the way he lost his confidence, that it might have been game 1 of the finals because he only had 3 points in the first game. He was actually 1 for 7 with 3 points. And maybe somewhere after that performance, I think he just lost his confidence, never regained it, got moved to the bench, kind of dejected a little bit, and hasn't been the same since. So Maybe Butler goes up to him, talks to him before the game and says, "Hey, man, don't worry about what happened in the past. We got to focus on tonight and just, win one by one. And hopefully we get back in the series."
Yep.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's tough, especially starting off the next game being in Denver. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. You don't have any kind of home court advantage to fall back on, although it has been done before. One of them guys came back from 3-1 in the finals before.
Yeah, who was that? Who was that since you brought it up?
Well, it wasn't Jordan because he would never let himself get down by 3.
Come on, Herb.
So, was it Udonis Haslem?
Oh, gosh.
Was it Dwayne Wade or Chris Bosh?
Here we go. Here we go. The disrespect continues.
So, there's already been articles, and we'll probably cover this more next week, or probably E will cover this more next week about what Miami needs to do, start searching. So I don't want to go into it too much, but there was a good little ESPN article about it where they got to pair Butler with somebody. Bam is maybe the good as your third piece, but they're going to have to go hunting.
Well, we've heard the rumblings about Damian Lillard. That was one of his teams as far as rumor wise. I think it was Miami and Brooklyn. So that would be interesting. I don't know how that would, actually work out.
And that's my thing.
Have to give up.
Right. And that's my thing.
And if they have to gut their bench, and it's kind of like you kind of don't want to do that because we've seen that happen to other teams and they haven't really prospered that well. So
right.
I mean, it would be interesting to see him there. That's the piece they need. Him and Butler would be a nice little 1-2 punch. The Butler plays good defense. Bam will play defense. Damian, Lillard's not too much too well known for his defense, but E chimed in. He thinks that's actually a good point. I think we're going to get into that too. Fred VanVleet denied.
Raj and Mike though are already slated him to the Lakers.
We're hoping he comes to LA.
We're not allowed to slate him to Miami. So they got very excited in the chat this morning.
Yeah.
Or not I'm sorry. Maj and Reich, the guys I'm in a chat with.
Yeah, we would love to have VanVleet in LA. We definitely need an upgrade as far as the point guard position is concerned.
Yeah. So on the flip side of it, Denver, though, I mean, you got to think they've got good staying power. I know the West is always, tough and going to be tough next year, but it's hard to imagine them like not in a, with health, obviously.
Right.
Another top 4 seed next year.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think that there's a chance that they possibly could repeat next year, but even you have alluded to the fact that repeating in any professional sport in general is really, really difficult because you need so many things to kind of fall into place. And one you just mentioned as far as health is concerned, this is the first time Denver has been fully healthy throughout the playoffs in years. So, and obviously we're going to see the result tonight of them getting a championship, but if they can stay healthy next year with that same type of roster, with the shooters, the defense, the size, etc., I can see them being another top 3 team next year and possibly making it back to another finals.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. And your boy Colin Cowherd had a good. I don't know if it was today, but I just caught the clip of it, Raj, talking about guys like Aaron Gordon, and then he used Andrew Wiggins as a good example. Guys that are like top picks and maybe don't pan out the exact way that you want to, depending on their organizations, I guess being Minnesota and Orlando.
Right.
But you get them into these positions where they've got good structure, they've got a good hierarchy. Like Aaron Gordon has come out there and said, like, he loves being out there, being like the defensive guy. Good size, good athleticism. Like, could have got, and this could have happened sooner. It's just like Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray were never healthy. And, Aaron Gordon's not necessarily going to be your number 2 guy, but as coming in as your number 4 guy and just having to get out there and knock some stuff down the wall, like he has really thrived and been almost but it's hard to put him MVP obviously over Jokic or Murray, but he has been integral to their wins.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes in the NBA it's not all about what pick you are or what your prospect is as a player or where you're supposed to be, but it's all about the matchups and the fits. And I think this is a perfect fit.
Are we talking about clothes or fits like within the team? Because I know the kids say stuff like fits. So like,
do they say that anymore? I thought it was drip. Drip.
Is it drip?
Yeah, drip.
Do your fits drip or do your drips?
No,
fit?
you just your entire swag is your drip.
You're throwing in too many words.
No, I'm not. For example, I can say check out Herb's drip. He's wearing a Bama tee and a Bama hat. That's your drip.
Okay.
That's even you can understand that.
So my drip fits. That means it's swagalicious.
Oh gosh.
No.
Download the Urban Dictionary app and you'll be better off. Yes, I did. I've got it on my phone, and it helps me out all the time. I just look up these words.
I didn't know they had an app. I thought you had to look stuff up.
Yeah, like there's one new word out that I heard the other day. It's called Riz.
I'm not ready.
Riz is like I guess your swag or your charisma. I think that's what it means. But anyway, we're getting completely off the point. I think Aaron Gordon, to your point, I do think Aaron Gordon is on the best team because he's on a team where he doesn't need to be, like you said, the number one or the number two. They just need him to play physical ball and help him out get some points whenever they can. So good matchup for him. They got the shooter in Jamal Murray. They got their star player in Joker. Aaron Gordon could be the 3 or the 4. It just depends on how Michael Porter Jr. is playing that night. So because Michael Porter Jr. is not the most consistent player. He'll give you 15 to 20 one night and then maybe like 3 or 5 the next night. So that's where Aaron Gordon kind of just steps up and fills in those holes.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is about those two players, though, it's like when Michael Porter Jr. is not doing that, sometimes he does nothing else.
Right.
Aaron Gordon is having a bad shooting night.
He'll play good
defense. He's going to go play defense and go get you rebounds. And like, here's my value to keep you on the court.
Yeah.
So, like, when they were both having bad shooting games, Gordon, there should be a whole hold on. Oh, Lord. Be a whole off-season episode where you two guess the definition of new words that kids use.
Mike's giving us a little idea there. Hey,
well, it is about.
I don't know if we can do it for a whole hour, but
yeah, there is the off-season coming up. So this is like where the dog days come up, where we either have to go to Urban Dictionary app or learn to watch baseball.
Well, if Denver wins tonight, this is pretty much how it's going to be. So we got to really come up with some pretty big ideas for next week. Just hope that something happens in the NFL and college football as far as
hope this. Well, speaking of which, there is some other NBA news to cover.
Okay.
So, Raj.
Yes.
Have you ever cheated on your porn star girlfriend with a stripper and gotten her pregnant?
I haven't. I haven't even reached those levels yet. Well, I'm married now, so I don't think it's going to happen. So for those who've been living under a rock for the past week or so, so I guess early last week, maybe a week ago, Zion and his girlfriend.
It was last week because it hasn't been that long. Yeah.
Zion and his girlfriend Akima revealed that they were having a baby girl. I think they did a gender reveal party. I didn't watch the video of the party, but shortly after they revealed that,
the only video of Zion doing anything lately.
Right. A young lady by the name of Mariah Mills, who just happens to be an adult film star, came out and put Zion on blast. She revealed a lot of their information on social media that they've exercised together and they hang out. I think he spent some money on her. She was planning on moving to New Orleans. He was gonna, I guess, pay for her living facility, everything.
Yeah. Insert your own Zion injury joke here, everyone.
Yes. And then I want to say a couple days after that, a third woman came out.
Right.
Who was I believe she's a realtor. And she didn't put any videos out there, but she basically put Zion on blast again, said, hey, she's been dealing with him, blah, 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 blah. So it's crazy. Zion is in the news for all the wrong reasons right now. Wow. I didn't see that coming from Zion, but hey, when you're young, you've got money. I guess you kind of want to live out some of your fantasies and just be reckless about it. But
yeah. Hey. I mean, if you're going to make choice like that, you've got to know that some of these people are not keeping their mouth shut.
Right.
But the biggest thing about it was, because of Mills and how much she's been posting, it kind of went from, to, can you just stop? Like, this girl was posting for like 3 days straight.
Right. I think she was just a little upset that she was not the one who hit the jackpot.
Right.
I'll leave it at that. So,
how do you know they didn't hit the jackpot?
That is a good question because she alluded to that in one of her Snapchat or her Twitter or tweets. I'm sorry. So we're still waiting to see.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mike wants to know, was the reveal Zion twisting his ankle? No, Mike, it was actually him pulling his groin.
Oh my goodness. So with everything that's on Zion's plate, now he's got to focus on trying to get back into shape and get ready for the next season. But I mean, mentally, I'm pretty sure he's like, really, like, this is just a lot. But he put himself in this position, so
yeah. And I mean, he's only 22. What do you think about the reports about him kind of wanting out of New Orleans in the first place?
I didn't know if I wanted to believe that or not. I don't see why he would want out. I mean, the seasons that he's healthy and he's plays, he's proven how good of a player he can be, possibly a future Hall of Famer if he stays healthy throughout his career. But I don't see why he would want out of there, right? You're still young. You're getting paid. You're supposed to be the face of the franchise right now. So establish yourself, continue to play well. Then I guess when the next contract discussions occur, then you can see where you are in your career and say, hey, I want to move on and go elsewhere. Because I think, if I'm correct, Zion's only like 22, I believe.
Yeah, he's 22.
Yeah, you got a couple more years, yeah.
Yeah, but he's already signed like his first extension, so you're already signed
Yeah.
for big bucks. If you didn't want to stay there, that's fine. But
Say so, yeah.
when people leave places like, New Orleans, they're like trying to get to, LA or New York.
Yeah.
Do you really think you're ready for the scrutiny in those two places, given how little you've played so far? That's crazy to me.
Right.
So, I don't know. And you guys briefly mentioned Van Vliet. So I guess as part of your Lakers minute, do you want to make your pitch to him to come there? And can you guys even afford him?
Somewhat. We'll figure out. It's LA. There's money all over Hollywood. So let's be honest about that. I mean, you get to play with LeBron. You get to play with AD. I don't think LeBron's not going to hog the ball. LeBron's going to give Van Vliet the ball, say, hey, you're the point guard. I want you to bring the ball up the court, shoot, get your layups, do whatever you got to do. It's an attractive city. There's a lot to do in LA. Not saying anything bad about Toronto. I've never been to Toronto.
Not saying anything about Toronto.
I've never been to Toronto, so I can't do that. I just know Drake's from Toronto, the Six, etc. He makes good music, so I'm pretty sure Toronto's a lovely city. But I'm pretty sure if Fred VanVleet's sitting out there and saying, hey, going to LA might be a nice opportunity. As far as how much he's going to get paid, that's a huge question because we still got to, we still have some work to take care of in-house in LA. So
yeah, because I think just dropping D'Lo's contract, I thought you like Reeves is going to.
I think you should be close to it then if you could drop D'Lo.
But I thought Reeves was getting a raise and Haji Sauce was getting a raise.
The Haji Sauce has to get more. Okay, that was a stupid joke. Go ahead. Yeah.
With the jokes I've been given, you want to stop on your joke? Okay. So, Raj, continuing our series with E and talking about eliminated teams. I told him.
What are we calling this series? What do we call this? The E notes?
E-notes.
E-notes?
Look at that. He's pearls of wisdom.
E, if you don't like the E-notes term, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we'll have to work on your sponsors and your names for next week. Anyway, I told him he could pick anybody. And then he picked Chicago, right?
Okay.
So today I texted him. I said, hey, are we still doing Chicago? He said, can I do the Warriors instead? Chicago's too depressing. So instead of
Chicago has that Lonzo Ball situation going on, and there's some reports coming out that like he might not even play ever again or something like that. And
when was the last time he did play?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So
I honestly think he's done. I think his body's betrayed him. It's sad because he was a good talent. They kind of matched him into the team, because he does play good defense, great passer. So they did they did have a good segment for him. I don't know. I don't know.
So on to the Warriors. So let's
and Mike like the E true NBA moves. And by the way, that is very accurate because like each one of these moves, like the first one of them has been coming true every week.
Yeah.
All right, let's tackle the Warriors.
All right. So what is according to E, the Warriors summer to-do list? Number 1, trade Jordan Poole for Jordan. Trade Jordan for Jordan. So Poole for Clarkson.
Right.
And Kelly Olynyk. Okay.
I don't hate that move. I think Jordan Clarkson is a lot more reliable, especially as a bench scorer.
Right.
So that would be a huge get for them. And Kelly Olynyk gives you some size and outside shooting. What?
Yeah, basically, I guess for those who don't know, I just think Jordan Poole is just a distraction in the locker room too. It's just like maybe it's his behavior off the court or maybe throughout practice or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Maybe it could be a maturity type issue.
I agree with that.
Steph, Draymond, and Clay have been together for over a decade, and now he is one of the new guys. Jordan just doesn't get. He wants to be Steph too fast, and I think getting Clarkson and maybe Kelly Olynyk in there would solve that issue.
I like that.
Yeah,
I would love that trade for them. I think that'd be great. Plus, you got a guy like Jordan Clarkson who's never going to think he's bigger than he is. Like he's used to coming off the bench and giving you 20. So Jordan Poole, I don't know. He thinks he's better than he is at times. So re-sign, extend Draymond for 2 years. I think that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So
regardless of,
I can't put it up yet because he's got his other comments. Also, that guy slapped him.
Slapped. Yeah. I mean, they need to keep Draymond. I think we both talked about this as far as their defensive stability. He's the voice of reason. He's like the soul of that team. He doesn't give him much offensive production, but you have to keep your defense and your rebounding there. And he's a hell of a facilitator as well. So, yeah.
Trade Clay for Buddy Hield and Mo Bamba. How did Rui to the Pacers? So Rui goes to the Pacers.
That one I don't like simply because it's Rui to the Pacers, and I want to keep the Hachi sauce in LA. But if you trade Clay for Buddy Hield, you're getting a shooter back. Let me ask you, who do you think's a better shooter, Clay or Buddy Hield?
Clay.
I guess Clay.
I mean, I guess just a better player, period. I would go with Clay. Clay, before 2 years of injuries, was also a much better defender. But Clay also got into a great system, free flowing. Yep. He was never, because I think there was years you and I joked about it. I don't know if I've ever seen Clay like drive to the hole. Obviously somebody will post a video here. He's done it. Few and far between. Yeah. I think his athleticism is gone, but I'm always going to take Clay. But, Buddy Hield is one of those, if he was on any better team, like let's say, I don't know, the Lakers had traded for him once upon a time, I think you would know him as like a top 5 shooter. But, we all know the Lakers don't really value shooters. They'd rather have guys like Russell Westbrook. So, we'll never know what a guy like Buddy Hield would do in a place like LA. But anyway, I digress.
Whatever.
That'd be interesting because you do get younger and a little more health.
Yeah.
With Buddy Hield there. So sign Danny Green. That's a good veteran presence and a good outside shooter. And
Danny Green will be 30. I just looked it up. He'll be 36 later this month. So
he will be on load management until the playoffs.
Yeah, he'll be like their Udonis Haslam. Well, they already have Iguodala out there, so he'll be one of those. But and then last number 5 is unite the literal Splash Brothers. It means joining Seth and Steph together. So have the Curry brothers will be back, I guess. Yep. We'll not be back, but we'll be joined together. So that could be interesting. Get him another shooter.
Very underrated, I think, too.
Yeah.
And he just ends up on the wrong team, it seems like.
That's
true. Here's his reason behind Buddy. So younger, cheaper, and more threes than anyone except Steph in the last 5 years.
That's a good
like point. I said, I knew that Buddy was having great years. It's just the teams he's been on, nobody's ever going to notice. So
I guess if
I would like to see him on a contender, period.
Yeah, me too. I think the Lakers were, his name was mentioned with the Lakers like the past 2 seasons, but obviously that never came to fruition. I wish it did.
Some dude said he wanted Westbrook instead of Buddy Hield. So
but obviously that never came. If it came to fruition, I'm just going to out-talk you.
You said you could just talk louder.
Yeah. But shout out to E for those good the E notes. I like the E notes. That was awesome, E. Good job. Yep. So those are all things that we could that would kind of make sense. I think overall is if these transitions were to be made, like would that gel still be there for the Warriors? Like would the new guys be able to fit into the new offense and the system that they have in place? Be interesting to see. We'll see what happens in the offseason.
Yep. Speaking of the offseason, you do have a couple more NBA notes, and then we'll try and maybe move on to some NFL stuff. So now, we've talked a little bit already about James Harden. Is he going to go to Houston or Philly?
Oh, gosh.
I don't see how it's Houston. It's got to be Philly to me.
I should have got that.
Yeah. And now have you heard the Kyrie stuff? Now
I honestly haven't heard any Kyrie stuff today.
Houston is also thinking about if they can't get Harden, they're thinking about making a run at Kyrie instead.
Okay.
Don't get that one either.
Right.
Because, I don't know. It's like talent-wise, everyone falls in love with Kyrie, which I 1,000% get. But as far as putting him in a locker room with a bunch of young guys and being a mature leader, I don't get any of that.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if Kyrie wants to be in that type of locker room because Kyrie seems like the type of guy who's just not going to want to deal with any of those type of guys and just going to be like, why did I make this decision? So,
yeah.
I don't get that.
If you were Houston and you had to have one of them, Harden or Kyrie, with the team that they have, where do you go?
Honestly, I guess
you're going to say neither, aren't you?
No, I mean, I guess Kyrie. I honestly don't know. If you get Harden, I think he's going to be more focused on the nightlife. If you get Kyrie, we don't know. We really don't know. There's always a big question mark with Kyrie. What's going to happen during the season? Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to get mad at the media? Is something going to happen there? So, I don't know. Personally, I just like Kyrie better. That's why, as far as a player.
Is that because of LeBron and him and winning a title thing?
Yeah, that too. But, I mean, obviously, if Kyrie goes to Houston, they're not winning a title. So,
no. What is I mean, it's got to be strictly money as a motivation for both of them, right?
I think that's the motivation for Harden. It's just the financial aspect of it. I don't know what Kyrie's motivation is now. Does he want to get back to a finals? Does he want to win another ring, or does he just want to play out his last few years and then just hang up the jersey? So,
Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties over here. So I missed 2 comments. Kyrie to Phoenix. Since CP3 is gone now, I don't know if they'd have enough basketballs to go.
That's around. Kyrie and KD again.
Yeah, Kyrie
that didn't work
KD
out the first time. And Devin Booker. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That playing.
One of those guys would hit.
Yeah.
25 a game, and they would lose.
That's gonna be a big old ISO team too.
Yeah.
So
it really depends on Mike if they're gonna go. I think on a team like that, maybe you also trade Ayton to get your depth. And then you can have like a Kyrie situation.
Okay.
But I think as currently constructed, no. That's a good question. And then he's thinking Houston is poised to make some trade and add some veterans. Like that's kind of.
All right. I think we're having a few technical difficulties on one end here. Herb is kind of working on that. He says that apparently another one of the notes is apparently Houston's poised to make some trades and add some veterans, sacrificing some of the youth. I guess that makes some sense. If you're the coach or if you're working with the Houston Rockets organization right now, you're kind of thinking it's been a few years, nothing has really transpired over the past few years. What are we going to do going forward? In order to do that, they've got to get some more players in there. I know Herb is gone away for a second. I got to see what pick does Houston have in the upcoming draft. I know, obviously, San Antonio has the number 1 pick. They're going to get Wembanyama. I hope I pronounced his last name right. Not exactly sure where Houston landed at, so I'm not sure if they're going to try to trade their pick and try to get some other players. But we will see what happens. These are all really, really good notes from E. Appreciate you doing that. Not sure what team we'll be looking at for next week, but yeah. That's it. And I hear the rumblings of Herb, so he's here, but he's just trying to set some things up.
Yeah, can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. It's so weird.
Yeah. Herb is revived.
Why is E the only one that was worried?
Mike is worried too. I think Mike is currently sobbing and he's got tissues in his hand, so he couldn't type.
Actually, I know Mike. Mike was probably on his way over to see if I was okay. So I know Mike. Mike would let me down like that. Yeah.
So we just kind of went over the, what E just said as far as Houston being poised to make some trades and stuff like that. So.
I fixed my technical difficulties. All right. So Houston make some trades. That would be. I don't know if I agree with them. Getting past the whole.
And I gotta see. Okay. So and I asked E as far as what draft pick they have. So Houston has the 4th pick. Okay.
It's tough when you get left by yourself all of a sudden, huh? It's just like
it is kind of like I think I did an all right job. So
you did well, Raj. That's because you're the talent on the show.
Yeah,
so you're always going to do all right.
Very funny. But I mean, if Houston has the 4th pick, they could give that pick up to somebody and see to get some veterans in return. Yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
The problem is that the top 3 picks is where everybody wants. So you really have to entice somebody with that 4th pick.
Yeah.
Having said that, I 1,000% agree. If they could trade number 4 and get some more veterans in there, I think that would be great for them. So,
I agree.
Yeah. We talked about this one, Raj, very, very briefly. So I just want to throw it out there before we kind of move on to some NFL news. Why would Messi go to the MLS to finish out his career?
I like the idea.
Threw big money at him.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, he said, "No, I'm good."
I think he just wanted to come to the American market, to be honest with you. Messi I believe he's 35 years old. I hate to say he's on the tail end of his career because he's 35. He's still a heck of a player. I'm sorry, I got to stop saying the H-E-double hockey stick word. He's still a heck of a player.
Come over and smack you.
But I think he wants to come to the American market. He's going to make good money on his contract. He'll make money elsewhere. Finances is probably not an issue for him at all. But I think it's just appealing more to the American market. And we've seen other foreign players do this. David Beckham did it. I think he played for the LA Galaxy. Zlatan did it. He came over here for a little while. And I want to say there's a few more other ones that kind of come over here towards the end of their career, just playing the MLS a little bit. So, or maybe I'm assuming he just wasn't happy with PSG, and even the offer was from Saudi. So he just said, let me go to America, hang out in Miami for a little while. And
I mean, I can't blame him for that part of it. But
yeah, and
do you half do it when you're out in the MLS? I mean, it's still the MLS.
No, he's still,
or am I undervaluing the MLS at this point?
I think we might be. I think we both might be undervaluing the MLS a little bit. I don't know. I just feel like if he comes over here, he has a pretty good performance, pretty good couple of years, and then everything will be all right with him. And he can end his career on a good note. I mean, just won the World Cup. He's considered by a lot of people to be the GOAT anyway. My personal GOAT is still Pele, even though I actually never got to see him play in person or anything like that.
Right.
I still have played, Pele is my GOAT. But at this point, Messi has nothing really to lose. So,
or because Mike says. The MLS guaranteed him future ownership in the club, similar to what they offered Beckham, which makes more sense.
Okay.
So,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like Mike called Messi up to get the answer to this rather than.
I think Mike might have Messi's number, and who else knows? Probably Cristiano Ronaldo's. Mike, do you have any details on Cristiano Ronaldo and what his next move is going to be too? I know Ronaldo was butthurt. They lost in he didn't really get to play in the whole last game in the World Cup. He went out on a sour note. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna watch some of the Messi games. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watch some of those games.
I mean, I definitely have to see how that'll work. So
yeah,
you'll have my attention too as well. All right, so you had a little NFL stuff going up there. It seems like I saw today that Hopkins, he hasn't chosen the Titans, but they're going to stay in touch. Whatever that means.
That's the same thing as the Patriots. The Patriots have been in touch with him or been thinking about him for a little while, but we don't. Who knows until it's signed?
Where would you go if you were Hopkins?
That's a very good question.
They're all good questions.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The thing is, if he goes to the Titans, I mean, Will Levis was their pick, so we don't know how good Will Levis is going to be. He could be really, really good or really, really terrible. You want to go somewhere that you for sure have a good quarterback there, but obviously you know, let's just say you wanted to go Philly, just hypothetically speaking. You already got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith. You're probably gonna be the third leg there. So, excuse me, who knows there? He says KC. If you think about it, if you go to the Chiefs, you could be that veteran guy. They got Juju Smith-Schuster and I forgot the other gentleman's name, but you go to KC. You don't have to be the number one threat in KC. Obviously, Travis Kelce as well. So
I think it depends on if he's trying to sign a big money contract or how much
I think he's trying to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. I think he's trying to win a Super Bowl before he retires. So who knows how many? Yeah, that's why I'm assuming he made the pick of KC. You got the best quarterback in the league right now. You got some weapons. You'll get some PT out there, get some catches.
They just can't pay him as much as he would get from
right.
I think that's where kind of like the Patriots and the Titans come in, but
yeah,
you're not winning a title with either one of those two teams.
Right.
Yeah, so, and this was going back to your question about Ronaldo.
He's going to Saudi for only $800 million a year. Yeah, I think Ronaldo's like, listen, because I want to say Ronaldo's 38-year-old soccer player. Yeah, you got a few years left. Might as well go out and get paid. I don't blame him at all.
No. So, Raj, I was reading this article. We'll probably go into a lot more of this stuff next year, but I'm going to put you on the spot because we're probably going to end a little bit early because the finals game is coming on. Even if we don't think Miami's going to win, we are going to try and catch the end of that game that game. What was your favorite move by your Dolphins so far this offseason?
Good question. Since we have not acquired Dalvin Cook yet, and I don't know if that's going to happen. I kind of think the Jalen Ramsey pick was the Jalen Ramsey acquisition was. I was okay with that. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that one.
What about getting Fangio then?
I'm okay. I'm good with that. That made me happy.
Is that better than if you were ranking them?
I'm gonna go with Ramsey 1.
Okay.
Ramsey's my number 1. I like getting extra. I like getting more help in the secondary. So I think he's having 2 Pro Bowl cornerbacks back there, him and Xavier Howard. I think that'll definitely help us out, especially when we play somebody like Buffalo, because Buffalo has given us fits the past few years. Even though we beat them in the regular season last year, and we only lost by 3 without Tua in the playoffs. So I think that gives us the help in the secondary that we need. I still would like both Mike and I will tell you we still need some help in the O-line.
Which is weird that has not been addressed.
I know. That's what I was going to say. I don't know when or if that's going to happen in the next months. And Mike also commented, Ramsey, and then drafting Devin A-Chain. I forgot how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
I like the A-Chain draft. I just, like I said, I'm not gonna believe anything until I see him on the field and to see how many carries he gets to with Mostert and Wilson back there. It's gonna be interesting to see how they juggle that. But I am looking forward to the upcoming season, and I think my Dolphins are gonna win the AFC East.
That's interesting.
And even though the Jets have Aaron Rodgers, I get it. I still think the Dolphins are gonna do what it takes to win the AFC East. We just need Tua to stay healthy.
Give us a grade for the offseason for the Dolphins then.
All right, now I'll give them a B. Some good acquisitions. We not an A because we haven't catered to the offensive line yet. If we can get a good offensive line pick or somehow bolster up the O-line, then I'll move us at least into an A-. But nothing.
Depth, but nothing.
Yeah.
Big. So I'm gonna put you on the show. I know I get the 3 questions of death today, but I am gonna put you on because I read this on Twitter. Like I said, we got a little extra time here.
The Twitter sphere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rank the quarterbacks in the AFC East.
Josh Allen, number 1.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I'm giving it that because he's a little younger, and I don't know how much more Aaron has left in the tank. Aaron's a good quarterback, a future Hall of Fame quarterback, but I just really like Josh Allen. Aaron's a close one. I'll put it like that. So Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, then Tua, and then Matt. Really, I honestly, and I'm no disrespect to Tua, but I can see if someone actually put Mac ahead of Tua just simply because Tua gets hurt a lot. But if Tua can stay healthy, he'll be up there, close to number 2. But we need to see if Tua can complete a full season.
Well,
and you give Mac Jones a weapon, like maybe even a DeAndre Hopkins. We'll see what he can do as well. But
yeah, and I think that's a fair shake. I did think he had some immaturity issues last year. He's got
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was that one incident where he kind of slammed his helmet on the sideline and kind of threw like a little fit or whatever. But this is the growing pains. Mm-hmm. I hope he adjusts. Of course, him being a Bama alum. So
of course, we're loyal to our guys.
Yeah, we're loyal. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Raj. We're going to cut this one short tonight. Anyway,
okay.
I think we're both a little tired coming off this exhausting weekend, and the NBA Finals game is. So we're also okay. Like I said, I will be posting the video of that T-shirt presentation, or we will be posting that video.
Yeah,
we'll post it to our YouTube and post it on Twitter as well, so everybody can see the presentation of Raj, the world's okayest
brother.
All right, hold on. Can I stretch first?
You need to stretch. Do it. Take some water. Do whatever you got to do. Get the crooks out your neck, or there you go. Oh, yep. All right.
Bring it on, soul brother.
You ready for the 3 questions of death?
I'm not, but let's go.
All right. Question number 1. Since Joker is obviously one of the best centers in the league, maybe even the best, that's where this question is coming from. Using 3 NBA centers, like 3 different attributes or whatever attributes you want to use from 3 different NBA centers, which attributes would you take from whom to create the ultimate NBA center? It could be somebody playing now. It could be a center playing now or in the past, retired.
Ooh, so you're probably going to want Shaq's physicality.
Okay.
Joker's passing.
Okay.
And I only get 3 though.
Only 3. Yeah, that's the thing.
Because I want Akeem the Dream's footwork.
Okay.
So
you got. I think.
Well, if I get Shaq's physicality, I'll get some block shots in there, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if I get Shaq's physicality and presence on the defensive end, give him the footwork of Akeem to help better his moves, although he probably doesn't need it, and then give him the passing skills of Joker.
Oh, that's it. So Shaq, Hakeem,
and Joker.
Okay,
yes. These are all people that I actually got to watch, so it's not disrespect to people coming before that or anything like that. But
like we know Wilt and Kareem were great centers, but that was a long time ago.
But I didn't watch them, so I'm gonna go with people I actually saw. I'm probably not even gonna need if I give Shaq Joker's passing ability, then I probably already got the perfect center.
Yeah.
So maybe I should take, instead of the footwork, somebody shooting. If I can give Shaq like Joker shooting and passing, his dominance down low, like it's probably over with.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll give him Dwight Howard's haircut or something as the 3rd attribute.
Mike says Shaq's strength, Kareem's hook shot, and the Joker's distribution.
Yeah, I didn't want the Kareem hook shot though, because I want Shaq going and dunking on somebody.
Yeah, just dunking on everybody.
That was definitely on my
dunking. Definitely sends a message. Yeah.
But I know why he came with that one. That was the unstoppable shot.
Oh yeah. That and Bill Cartwright's free throws.
Yep.
Um,
Wow.
So question number 2, we all pretty much have a feeling Denver's going to win tonight. With that being said, I don't think either of us know too many Denver Nuggets fans. So if you were working for their Denver Nuggets marketing team or their organization somehow, what rules or what would you implement to kind of bring more attention to your team for next year?
Get some. You know how they did on the show, The Replacements?
Yeah,
they hired strippers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, but what if Zion's coming to Denver? Oh man.
Oh, well then that goes all the cheerleaders. So it's like your problem, Raj, is Murray has been injured and he has been under the radar.
Okay.
Jokic wants to come to their play basketball and go home. He's not giving you great interviews.
I just give you 40 points, go home. That's
all,
my friend.
So it's like you almost have to find somebody like Bruce Brown on the bench and like feature them in interviews or something. Tell one of these guys to grow a personality.
Yeah.
And yeah, Air Raid Mike is a Nuggets fan, but he was just saying we don't know that many.
Yeah, other than that though, like we don't know too many Nuggets fans. So that's just one person.
Yeah, so that's Mike's comment. And JaVale McGee's leaping ability. So I could give JaVale McGee's leaping ability, Bill Walton's feet, and Dwight Howard's haircuts, and those might be like my worst center.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 3. This is probably my favorite one out of all of them.
I'm ready for this one too. So wait. Before let's preface this. Yes. So sometimes we never tell each other the questions because we want surprises.
Right.
But what we've learned is a couple times we have to tell the person the question because if it's like a complicated one, they need to think about it. We give them time to prep. So Raj told me this one about an hour ago, and he thought that I would need prep time.
Right.
I did not.
But he did. Herb did not need prep time. So, but now I'm just curious to see. We're all curious to see what the answer is.
Yeah. Which was great because Raj asked me the question. I told him I had an answer, and he spent the next 5 minutes trying to guess what my answer was. I kind
of have a feeling. I think I know what the answer is based on your response to the last time I asked the question, but we're about to find out.
Okay.
The question being, which movie franchise best describes the Nick Saban era at Alabama?
And Raj guessed Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious. That was
Star
a no.
Wars.
Marvel. No. And then I said Star Wars, and you were like Raj or something like that. So yes. What's the answer?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see that.
So he already had his first movie, The Fellowship of the Ring. He gathered everybody. He gathered all his championship rings, right? Right now, we're in the second movie, The Two Towers, because Georgia has won 2. We're on a downtrend. So guess what comes up? The last movie? Return of the King.
Return of the King. Wow, that was a well-scripted answer. That was pretty cool. The only reason I don't like the movie names is because I just thought I saw the 3 Lord of the Rings movies. I just could not wait for them to be over with. They were just extremely long. I was not a fan. They were long. I was like, dude, what are we doing? And this whole Gollum thing and Precious. I mean, can we please just move on to something else? So I watched them simply because they were popular at the time and I wanted to know what everybody was talking about. So, but yeah, Mike.
I feel like these are the kind of things I need to know before we decide to do a show together.
Even Mike agrees. That was a good answer. That ring was. It seemed like you kind of studied that one for a while, but that was a good answer. But
I did it because
he did not. He did not. I'm losing a member of the RC. I'm sorry, E, but I got to be honest, man. The Lord of the Rings were not the most entertaining movies. They were long and just gosh, torture.
No, that was the first one I thought of when you asked me that question. I was like, "Oh, I got it." You were like, "What?" Yeah. So nope, easy.
Yep. All right, sounds good. That's it. Herb survives.
This one comment in there, get Draymond in Denver for the personality. They need something like that. I think that's their biggest thing. So Golden and Saban might be the same height. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Rough.
Wait till we tell Nick you said that, Mike.
Yes. All right, Raj. Probably a good time to go ahead and end.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go watch Denver in the series.
What's your official pick for tonight?
It looks like Denver has been keeping Miami under 100 points the past few games. I'm going to say 107-95 Denver.
I am going to say 106 to 105.5. They keep it.
How are they going to get a half a point?
I don't know.
Okay.
They'll miss, they'll hit half a technical foul or something. I don't know, Raj.
All right, guys. For another episode of the Herb and Raj podcast, we appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all the support. E, Mike, everybody else that was listening. For Herb and Raj, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And as always, roll Tide.
Roll Tide, everybody. Have a good night.